Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for arriving at the new nation. We really do appreciate you being here. Before we get into today's video, please remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell button. I want to put this video out into the YouTube algorithm, get eyes on it. It really means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Now, I know the last couple of weeks we've been talking a lot about politics. We've been talking a lot about abortion. We've been talking a lot about Trump. I don't want to do that right now. This week's video is going to be about something that I'm very passionate about, film. And what else am I passionate about? Catholicism. Let's see if I can sort of mold the two together. And it was something that I've been thinking about recently. Someone had asked me, Mike, what do you think is the most Catholic movie of all time? Now, there are some obvious choices here. We can go with The Mission. Great score, Ennio Morricone, Robert De Niro, Jeremy Irons. Mid-80s, or early 80s rather. We can go with a movie like The Passion of the Christ, pure biopic based on the life and passion of Jesus Christ. We can go with movies like Silence. But there are two movies that I think stand out as probably the most Catholic movies that I've seen. Those being William Peter Blatty's The Exorcist, directed by William Friedkin, and then The Exorcist 3, the true sequel, written and directed by William Peter Blatty, based on the sequel to the Exorcist book, Legion. Let's get into it. In the annals of cinema, few films have ventured into the realm of the divine and the demonic as profoundly as William Friedkin's The Exorcist and his chilling sequel, Exorcist 3. Both films stand as towering examples of Catholic cinema, not merely for their supernatural thrills, but for their deep and unsettling exploration of faith, redemption, and the eternal battle between good and evil.
Every time I see it, like any great work of art, like a sculpture that people love, or a painting that people love, or a piece of music that you love. If somebody had said to you, you were talking to the Pet Shop Boys just now, and you said the opening of that song is cinematic, okay? Well, but that word doesn't really encompass everything about it. You know what you're trying to describe. If somebody said, okay, explain to me the opening of that film, explain to me what those emotions are, that those chords, you'd be there. Well, that's how I feel about The Exorcist. If I try and I can tell you, incredible avant-garde sound, brilliant special effects, fantastic story written by somebody wrestling with their own theology, performances by Max von Sydow, Linda Blair, I can tell you all those things, but that's not the answer. The answer is every time I see it, it looks like a different film. And I promise you, I've seen it over 200 times. I've taken it apart. I've made documentaries about it. I've written about it. It doesn't make any difference. Every time it starts, I just go, there we are, and it works.
It makes my heart beat too fast.
I don't know, it doesn't bother me that much. But I guess it bothered her more than it bothered me.
I've never in my life known a movie where people would faint. I mean, it's hard to make people faint. Most of them, once they fainted, they don't go back into the picture.
It's something I never saw in my whole entire life. This is something different.
Please move in. He won't get you.
Right, we came yesterday for the 3:45 showing, and then we came back again for the night one, and we stood in line, but nothing. We didn't get in.
Adapted from William Peter Blatty's novel, which was inspired by real-life exorcism accounts, the film delves into the harrowing story of a young girl possessed by a demonic entity. But beneath its surface lies a profound Catholic narrative.
The theme that links my serious work is simply the search for God, which is hardly novel or new.
Has this been a personal search?
Well, of course, certainly. My faith has experienced wild vacillations ever since I was a boy, and it's a working out of a lot of my work represents the working out of many personal problems of faith, which I think with the last novel, Legion, I finally settled the matter for myself.
In what way?
Well, I'm quite satisfied that there is not only a good God, but that the problem of evil admits of a solution. We don't have to get rid of a good God because we recognize that evil is woven into the pattern of the universe. It's not necessary. But I don't think I'd care to go into what one may find it in the pages of Legion if you can find a copy anywhere.
In The Exorcist, the battle is not merely physical but spiritual. The film's portrayal of the exorcism ritual, complete with its solemn prayers and sacred rites, underscores the Catholic belief in the power of faith to confront and vanquish evil. The rituals, prayers, and symbolic imagery are not just atmospheric. They are integral to the film's narrative and emotional impact. The struggle of Father Merrin and Father Karras against the malevolent spirit is emblematic of the larger cosmic struggle between good and evil. Fast forward to 1990, and Exorcist III, directed by William Peter Blatty himself, brings a new dimension to the franchise. While the film initially appears as a police procedural, it quickly reveals its true nature as a spiritual and psychological exploration. Exorcist III is often overlooked in the shadow of its predecessor, but it offers a profound meditation on sin, redemption, and the power of divine intervention. Its unique blend of horror and theological discourse makes it a true successor to the original. In this installment, their narrative shifts from the direct exorcism to a deeper, more introspective exploration of the nature of evil and the redemption of the soul. The film presents a more personal and psychological confrontation with demonic forces, reflecting on the consequence of sin and the possibility of forgiveness. The return of Father Karras, now as a ghostly presence, ties the personal struggle of faith and guilt to the overarching battle against evil. The film's chilling climax serves as a testament to the enduring power of faith in confronting the darkness within and without. Both The Exorcist and Exorcist III are more than just horror films. They are profound explorations of Catholic themes. Through their masterful blend of supernatural horror and spiritual reflection, they offer a unique lens on the power of faith and the eternal struggle between good and evil. By confronting the deepest fears and uncertainties, these films reaffirm the enduring relevance of Catholic teachings in addressing the most profound questions of existence. They remind us that beyond the veil of fear, there is a light that guides us through the darkest of times. In the end, The Exorcist and Exorcist III stand as monumental achievements in Catholic cinema, bridging the realms of horror and faith. They challenge us to confront our deepest fears and reaffirm our beliefs, reminding us that the true power of faith lies in its ability to transcend even the most terrifying of evils.
Are you sorry for having offended God? For all the sins of your past life? Ego to himself and will omnibus peccatus tuus. Nomine Patris et Filii.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video and a little exploration of one of my favorite Catholic films, The Exorcist and Exorcist III. Until next time.